Hi everyone! In this video we'll discuss how Kreo can easily help users to get quantities of work for a particular group of elements. In our case, it's concrete walls. Our final goal is to get a bill of quantities with quantities of work for concrete walls. In this example, we'll use several of Kreo's basic options, such as adding base extractors, creating custom filters, and report templates, creating a report based on the previously created template, as well as pivot mode. Let's start by creating a structure for our future report. For this, we need to open the Templates tab and use the option Create New Template and rename it. Also, let's rename the first group within the template and add a new group into it, naming it Walls. Now we can get down to adding separate groups inside the Walls group for all the relevant works for our particular case. These are concrete pouring, formwork, reinforcement, concrete finishing, and concrete curing. Finally, we need to create one additional group each within all of these works except for the reinforcement group. Now the template structure is ready. As soon as this step is complete, we need to add the appropriate walls to the template. For this, let's open the Filters tab and create a new filter and name it Concrete Walls. And now we can insert the rules based on which the system will automatically sort out your breakdown. In our case, the rules are object is equal to wall and material contains concrete. Now let's drag and drop our filter to the lowest level of all the 5 previously created subgroups in the template. So as soon as we generate our report, we'll get the established groups there. But this is not enough for us, as we know that the labour input, and therefore the cost, depends on certain dimensions of elements for the corresponding types of work. For this instance, the activity cost of formwork works depends on the height of the walls. To consider this in our future report, we need to divide all the elements by the relevant dimensions in order to estimate their cost correctly. Kreo can easily help you with that. For this purpose, we need to add a new column with an obligatory name, splitter, within our template, as the system recognises this particular name and then divides your report automatically according to the conditions inserted in the splitter column. Let's assign splitting rules for all the works in the template. For the group formwork, the activity cost depends on the height of the walls. Therefore, the rule will be the following: equals range, bracket, square bracket, vertical BB height, close square bracket, 3, 4.5, 6, plus M height. With the help of this rule, we're grouping concrete walls into 4 groups depending on their height, i.e. less than 3 metres, between 3 and 4.5 metres, between 4.5 and 6 metres, and greater than 6 metres. We'll see the groups with the names clarifying the range in our future report. By using plus M height text in the rule, we're also adding this text to the group's name in the report just for our convenience. Also, a similar rule works for the groups concrete finishing and concrete curing. Let's just copy it into these groups. Now, let's insert the rule for the concrete pouring group. The activity cost depends on the wall thickness in this case, so the rule will be the following: equals range, bracket, convert, bracket, square bracket, self-dimension thickness, millimetres, close bracket, 150, 450, close bracket, plus millimetre thickness. By using this rule, we're arranging our concrete walls into 3 groups depending on their thickness, i.e. less than 150 mm thick, from 150 to 450 mm thick, and greater than 450 mm thick. Using the convert option, we're assigning the millimetres unit of measurement to the values and again adding the millimetre thickness text to the group's name in the report for our convenience by adding the plus millimetre thickness option. To calculate the amount of reinforcement, we can simply add one more new column to the template, rename it accordingly and calculate our value right here. by inserting a very simple formula, which is reinforcement equals net volume multiplied by the percentage of reinforcement, which is 180 in our case. And now, the template is ready. Before creating a report based on it, we shouldn't forget to calculate all the measurements we use in the template, if there are any. We didn't add them before, so let's apply the concrete walls filter to see these particular elements only in the model's breakdown, and add vertical bounding, box height and self-dimension thickness extractors. Now we're ready to create a report based on our template. We need to go to the report table, select the relevant option and the relevant template accordingly. We see that the reinforcement value is invalid, as the net volume value has not been calculated. As soon as we recalculate the sum of quantities for it, the value will be recalculated. So now we've got our final report splitting elements into specific groups according to our custom requirements. We can also switch to pivot mode to see what we have as a report, similar to our Bill of Quantities standard. Don't forget that the filters and templates are saved for all projects, so you only need to create the relevant structure once and can use it for all your projects. Let's make sure that's the case, opening another project and creating a report based on the same template we've just used. It's working! Similarly, you can create a complete Bill of Quantities report for all types of elements in your BIM models in Kreo. Thanks for watching and enjoy working with Kreo.